But to get to some recaps, we had spent a lot of time talking about Michigan and Iowa, and both of us had pointed to the fact that key in that game was going to be the play calling and the quarterbacking for Michigan. Don't call anything too sexy. Don't get bored doing the regular things. And for JJ McCarthy, like handle the ball really well, make the throws that you're supposed to make, but nothing more than that. And that's exactly what they got. And it feels like vintage Jim Harbaugh to me, where you get a heavy dose of run, and that offensive line is playing extremely well. But Blake Corum's a special running back. And then JJ McCarthy, it seems like it's going to be a week by week. What can we add? What can we give him that's not too much right now, but is going to have him in position to make the big plays when they need him at the end of the year? I like what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I think that slow build's really important. And to your point, JJ doesn't need to go out and win them games right now in their schedule. He just needs to play his part. But there's some people and some teams that are down the road here where JJ's probably going to have to make 7 to 10 plays outside of what they're asking him to do. That's going to give Michigan a chance to win the football game or not. So building into that, I think is great. It's a slow progression. I think right now the offense will go as long into that meat of the schedule as that offensive line continues to be dominant and allow Blake Corum to run the football. If they can run the football, it's going to help tremendously. And it's going to help JJ's progression tremendously as well. But I like where he's going. You saw a couple things this past weekend, just some miscommunication, Ronnie Bell, him, just certain things that you see from a young guy with some veteran guys outside that expect something else. You see those things happen, but JJ is just he's got to continue to take the opportunities that are given to him, execute when he can, and then show these coaches week in, week out that he's getting better. He's seeing the field better. He's understanding even just, ebbs and flows and timing, hey, it's 2nd and 3. Like I probably expect maybe a shot here from the minus 42. Like, what I mean? Just overall football flow. I think he'll continue to get that. And, he's dynamic, so you can't take that away from him.
No, he certainly is dynamic. I think this evolution offensively is going to be fun to watch for Michigan this year. And you flip it over to the Iowa side. I mean, I don't know how much we can keep hammering it, like what they're doing right now. And it's bad. And I don't know if and when it gets better. Like, I don't think it's happening this season, but I'm even projecting like to next year. The quarterback options, to me, it doesn't sound like they're going to be able to take that next step, putting the ball in the air. If I was a wide receiver within that program, I'd be evaluating what my future looks like, seeing what Charlie Jones is doing at Purdue. It's definitely a tough spot. And this is I think the play that epitomizes what this Iowa offense has been this year. But you go for it on a 4th down. It's like 4th and 2 or 4th and 3, and you throw a 1-yard route. Like,
what are we doing here? You don't have any guys that can catch run.
Come on, man. It's rough.
It is rough, man. And to your point, like, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. I think we can put a stamp on this. They've played 5 games now. They're just a bad football team. They're a bad football team offensively. They're a great defense. I don't want to take that away from them. I think their defense is good, very, very good, challenging. But having one and not having the other, you're pissing in the wind with that. Like, they're just a bad football team. And it's going to be really tough for them to dig themselves out of the holes that they've put themselves in offensively, because it's scheme, whatever you want to say. But I don't think they have any options to change this game, because I've seen that too. Like, people are like calling for like, hey, we need to modernize, revolutionize. Like, with what? With who? You know what I mean? Like, what do you got sitting in your locker room that's going to allow you to do that? So, yeah, I just want to put the stamp on it and put that to bed. Like, I'm not expecting Iowa to win many more football games here towards the back half of the season.
And I say this because I tried to put stamps on things last week and it bit me in the ass. I was still in the hunt, buddy. So there's no stamp in this thing yet. So I'm not going to let you make the same mistakes that I've made.
We're dropping our merch.
We got to start calling Underwood Daddy Brad.
But I'm a big pod guy.
Breaking news. The Field of 68 has an online store, and it's your one-stop shop for the latest and greatest merch in college basketball and college football. You can find shirts to support your favorite team, make fun of your rival team, or boast Field of 68 catchphrases like Daddy Brad, Cussin' and Discussin', and the Star Heels. Go to www.fieldof68.shop today and enter promo code TOUCHDOWN for 20% off at checkout.